to this week's edition of the Weekly What's Up. I'm Jacob Clore.
And I am Melvin Seymour, and this is your Weird National News.
When most of us think of deer, we think of Bambi, Rudolph, or even a plate of venison at dinner. But what about an animal with fangs? According to the Huffington Post, for the first time in 66 years, scientists spotted a Kashmir musk deer in northeastern Afghanistan. This fanged deer is endangered due to habitat loss and poachers who hunt the animals for its scent glands. Only the male deer have fangs, which they use during mating season to battle for mates. The deer stands about 2 feet tall. The deer are discreet and difficult to spot. Peter Zeller, a wildlife conservation deputy director in Asia, calls the deer one of Afghanistan's living treasures and hopes that conditions will stabilize soon to allow wildlife conservation and local partners to better evaluate conservation needs of the species. That is quite the finding. What do you think about it, Melvin?
That's interesting.
Yeah, a fanged deer sounds more like a vampire twist, like the next horror movie or something like that, definitely.
According to the UPI on Thursday, October 30th, in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, police charged a Lehigh University student Therese Owens Jr. with burglary. Owens was dressed as Lala, the yellow Teletubby, when he allegedly broke into a friend's house about 2 a.m. and filled his man purse with leftover Chinese food from the refrigerator. Officers caught Owens in a nearby Halloween party after the incident, but he was released when the victim initially declined to press any charges until the landlord got involved with the damages. According to Bethlehem Police Chief Mark DeLuzio, he called the case unusual for the department and also not that many Teletubbies get arrested. You really can't make this up, can you, Jake?
You can't, yeah. A yellow Teletubby, that sounds like some, well, everybody says that the Teletubbies were kind of loopy, so definitely something that you can see from that television show. Well, have you ever played Monopoly, Melvin?
Yes.
It's a very long game, isn't it?
Yes, it
It's like
is.
4 hours. Well, one man's Monopoly-themed T-shirt has made his mugshot famous. According to the Huffington Post, 20-year-old Micah David Daly of Cape Coral, Florida, was arrested on possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. He was also charged with possession of paraphernalia to transport drugs. The Daly's arrest became famous due to the phrase on his shirt, the "go directly to jail" phrase, made popular from the Monopoly chance card. Daly believes that his arrest is a typical occurrence and a useless waste of police time, but that would normally not be newsworthy. However, with a shirt like that, any arrest would become newsworthy.
It's popular.
It's definitely popular. I mean, those shirts are.
I wish I had one.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but don't wear it when you're thinking about doing anything illegal, that's for sure.
Yeah. According to the UPI on Friday, October 31st, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the American Mustache Institute announced their first inductees into the International Mustache Hall of Fame, in which they will announce on Burt Reynolds' birthday, which is February 11th, 2015. Reynolds is a famous actor known for having one of the greatest mustaches within American history. The global facial hair and attractiveness communities have been pinning for a proper place to honor those who have brought great mustaches to our world, said Adam Paul Cosgrove, chief executive of the American Mustache Institute. We've been working with noted halls of fame to honoring everything from baseball to hot dogs to ensure we're providing an appropriate experience for those with great mustaches. Cosgrove said the Hall of Fame will be based online at mustachehall.com, but officials are scouting potential physical locations in Pittsburgh. Nominations will be accepted through November 30th, the Institute said.
Wow. Just imagine all the facial hair. No shave November. I mean, it's coming up. You better send in your applications. Looks like Melvin's already trying
Yeah.
to sign up. Well, Halloween is a day of candy, costumes, and fun. Not normally a day that you lose your wedding ring. An Arizona woman, Mesa resident Brooklyn Yizzy, said she handed out her ring to trick-or-treaters during a mix-up. She says she put her wedding ring in a candy jar while she helped her daughter carve pumpkins. When the night got a little bit crazy, she put the contents of the jar into the candy bag, which also contained plastic rings. Yazzie states that she hopes someone will return the ring because while it isn't worth a lot of money, the ring means a lot to her. Wow, just imagine losing something like that, Melvin. What would you try to do?
I'm going to try to track it down.
Yeah, I mean, imagine this publicity is definitely going to help her find it, but man, just how horrible the situation. She puts it in with a bunch of plastic rings and then she hands it out. I mean, I guess the little kid's not going to be like, ooh, what's this? But definitely weird.
According to the UPI on Saturday, November 1st, In Port St. Lucie, Florida, police charged a homeless man, Anthony Brian Ballard, for trying to steal a chainsaw but stuffing it underneath his shirt. Ballard is said to have entered a lawn maintenance store and asked to break $1 into change. He then placed a chainsaw under his shirt and left the store without paying. After fleeing on a bicycle, Ballard was eventually found by an employee from the business. We tracked the 20-year-old man down and held him until police arrived. The chainsaw was recovered in a vacant lot nearby. Ballard was booked into St. Lucie County Jail. According to investigators, the bicycle used for the getaway was also stolen.
Of course, it was also stolen. I mean, come on. A chainsaw underneath your shirt. Wouldn't you be afraid that that kind of, goes off and then creates even more mess? I don't know. It's horrible.
Just imagine just walking around with that thing.
Yeah. It's not like it's very discreet either. It's just like, woo, I have a chainsaw. That's right under here. Well, thank you for watching this week's edition of Weird National News. But stay tuned because when we come back, we will have Mary Desmond and Susanna Shepard with Crazy Contraptions.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does.
And like that, you're a job creator.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Susanna Shepard.
And I'm Mary Desmond. And this is Crazy Contraptions. This first contraption is coined the anti-pervert stockings. Have you ever been guilting into going on a date with a creepy friend? Or have you ever felt uncomfortable at a party or walking down the street?
Well, worry no more because these stockings will keep all the predators away, unless they're weird and into that kind of thing. The anti-pervert stockings are tights designed to look like the limbs of Sasquatch, repelling all perverts.
Imagine yourself wearing the stockings and feeling completely at ease and knowing that you will not be goggled at. But, I feel like you'd probably be goggled at more just because you're wearing these weird hairy stockings.
Everybody would be like, it's either like, what? But I mean, if the people, the creepy people are like, what, then that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
But, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. I'm kind of impartial.
I wouldn't wear them, but...
Well, in the words of Paula Deen, butter is just a little stick of smiles and happiness. Look it up. It's an actual quote. I love Paula Deen.
She's great.
No truer words have ever been spoken.
But when you think about actual butter, in the stick form, not the cheating way out of the tub, it can be quite difficult to spread onto your favorite foods. The butter dispenser takes away the struggle and easily applies the butter in an even layer.
It even has markings on the side of the dispenser for accurate measurements, making it compatible with any recipe your heart desires. I'm sure Paula would be proud and use this even in her own kitchen.
I can definitely see her using the butter dispenser on all of her favorite
My
recipes.
mom watches Paula Deen at home, and I've like grown up watching her, so that would make me happy if she actually used it.
Okay, I feel like this next invention should definitely be reported to social services or something.
I agree.
I've heard of using electric shocks on dogs to keep them from barking, but using them on children to force them to smile? Inhumane.
This invention, named the Electro Smile, sends a 30-amp super shock into the jaws of children, keeping that frown forcibly upside down. The ad even says, "Granny coming, your kids will look happy with the push of a button."
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Like, that's so terrifying.
It's awful. This invention is absolutely ridiculous. No one should ever do this to a child or any animal for that matter.
It makes me feel sad. It makes me think of I remember there's a TV show whenever I was little that had like a dog on a shock collar, and it's not okay.
No, that's
and thinking
absolutely
doing that to your kids, that's just
too far. It's crossing
it's
a line.
Way too far.
It's crossing a line.
In other news, why go to the gym when you can watch sports on your sports bra? I find the TV bra to be an ironic invention. Each side of the bra has a screen which can broadcast television wirelessly, and yet it's made into a sports bra that you're supposed to use to actually exercise in.
It even comes with a remote to change the channels on each of the screens to different stations, in case you get bored while watching someone's boobs, because that can totally get boring.
Oh, yeah. It's a great partner motivation technique, maybe. Let your guy watch sports while you work out, safely keeping your breasts from jostling in this well-designed sports bra.
What a glorious time to be alive. Invent the future, right?
Yep, that's Hokies for you. But
no,
I'm not okay with that. It's creepy.
Weird.
Well, that's all we have for this week's segment of Crazy Contraptions. But stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll have Tori Nagel and Kevin Stefani with viral videos.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Danse, balance sur la cadence, ondule bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou, ton
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
Welcome back to Weekly What's Up. I'm Tori Nagel.
And I'm Kevin Stefani.
And
these are your viral videos. Watch this dad of a 1-year-old sit his son down for a one-on-one interview. Check this out.
Did you just toot?
Huh?
Did you just toot?
Huh?
Don't play dumb with me. I heard it. This is our son, Jose Luis. He's a pretty normal child, right? Well, that's what we thought too, until we discovered his drinking problem. Ever since then, his behavior has been rather erratic. However, after a few weeks of detox, Jose Luis finally agreed to sit down for an interview for our 100th YouTube video. So without any further delay, here's my interview with Jose Luis. Please help me to understand how it is possible for you to pee through your diaper every single night.
You can pop.
No, actually it is. Like every single night you pee through your diaper.
No, Dad.
Yes, you do.
No, Dad.
Yes, you do. I've seen it. I'm not messing around. What's it like being stuck at home with Mom all day? Have you tried to talk to her about this? So what you're telling me is that on Tuesdays she tortures you, on Thursdays she's angry. What about, and on Fridays what? We don't even have turtles. You're making this up. As we've seen, President Obama used certain tactics to capture Osama bin Laden, and a lot of people have criticized that. So I guess my question for you is, in situations like that, how do you handle that? How would you respond? Well, I agree that bin Laden should have been taken out, but I don't necessarily agree that laughing is an appropriate way to respond to anyone's death.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Yeah, this kid has like the greatest dad ever. Obviously, this kid's gonna grow up like sad. He's gonna be the funniest
super
kid.
Cool.
Absolutely.
He'll probably get made fun of when this video like finally resurfaces, like in high school. I'm just imagining kids being like, "We saw you on the internet."
Totally worth it though. I bet he'll respond with like the mumbling like he does now.
He'll deny it, maybe. He'll be like, "That wasn't me. He has no evidence." Next, YouTuber Mike Fry shows the GoPro company what the majority of people feel like when using their cameras.
Chaser.
I want to do that.
Some of the stuff they do on this GoPro stuff scares the lights out of me. Like, the guy jumping off of the cliff, I would never do that. That looks like a lot of fun, but God, I'd probably have a heart attack before I got to the bottom.
I'm more of a, walking the dog person.
Yeah, or watching your dog in a creek,
Yeah, exactly.
I like watching dogs in the creek all the time. All right. This week's adorable video of the week is a video of a not-so-clever chihuahua who thinks he can escape a stranger by playing dead. Watch this.
Why am I in the sun? I've never seen one of these.
Yeah, the dog whisperer. Dude.
Get mine to work for me. I'm making a movie. Oh, okay. Get it, baby. Get it. Get it. Get it, bang it. Bang it.
There he goes. He's dead.
Why are you scared of me?
Is he breathing?
I think so.
Is he holding his breath? I had him back to daddy and see what he...
You can make the light.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing how quick he turns.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Viral Videos. But stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll have Alexander Ernst and Haley Olivenbaum with the Blacksburg Review.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet.
$50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me.
What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plate.
Wait! Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to the weekly What's Up. I'm Alexander Ernst.
And I'm Haley Olivenbaum.
And this is the Blacksburg Review. I ate at the new Mellow Mushroom restaurant on Main Street the day after it opened, and I certainly was not disappointed. The service was quick and attentive, and the food was on our table almost instantaneously. I was very impressed with that since they had just opened. We had a coupon for a free appetizer, so make sure to sign up for their e-club on their website. We tried the bruschetta and spinach dip, both delicious, but I'm a little tired with the typical boring appetizer selection. We split a pizza with half cheese and half pineapple and bacon. The crust was delicious, and there was a great cheese to tomato sauce ratio. The pizza easily fed 6 people. The atmosphere was fun, and we didn't have to wait too long for our table. The hostess actually sends out an automatic text message when your table is ready. They have great hours, and it will be fun to go to late weekend nights. Definitely a competition to the other downtown businesses. My only complaint was that it seemed ridiculously expensive. It was $30 for just an appetizer, a pizza, and the tip, which seemed a little steep considering I usually go to Mike's Grill or PK's for pizza, and their prices are insanely cheap. Despite the price, I can't wait to return soon to Mellow Mushroom. I hope they're consistently great.
I went there this weekend, and it was so good.
Good.
Definitely top of my
I'll
list.
be back soon.
To get myself in the Halloween spirit this past weekend, I visited one of the most popular haunted houses in the area, the Gallows.
My friends convinced me to go despite how afraid I was. So we made the short trip to Christiansburg for the haunting experience. Once we got there, we paid $15, which was a fairly reasonable price because all the profit goes right back into the business. We walked first into the area where we were entertained by a fire-juggling clown who decided to personally call me out on my terrified expression. We then waited in line about 10 minutes before they led us to the next group into the actual attraction. And while we waited, actors dressed in character walked around and tried to scare us. We finally went into the house and watched the opening video, which gives the story behind the house. A group of wilderness people kidnap people for their rituals. Weird, I know. Inside the house, we were guided ourselves through the maze of the house and characters. The actors threw water on us and grabbed my neck while I buried my head into my friend's shoulder. Halfway through, they put a hood over each person's head to make it out, and you had to get out of the house without being able to see. The entire experience took about 30 minutes, and it was totally terrifying. There's even an ultimate experience where people pay extra to become part of the horror. I heard rumors that some Virginia Tech football players ran away screaming from the ultimate experience. Overall, I recommend this to anyone who wants to be terrified. Go visit the gallows while they still can this year, and definitely go next year when it's supposed to be even better.
Did they have any guys with chainsaws?
Yeah, they did, and I cried.
They're the worst.
It's the worst.
I get so scared. I just downloaded the Taco Bell app. Yes, through the Taco Bell app. It is specifically for mobile ordering. In this app, you can customize, order, and even pay. All you have to do is select your location, customize your favorite items, and then pay for your order. No need to select a pickup time because they make it the food when you arrive. We can all agree that just prepared food is the best. The best part about this is that you can skip the in-store line and receive exclusive offers. In addition, you can buy, add, reload, and use Taco Bell cards. There is an easy rotate to reorder feature, so you can quickly reorder your favorite meal with just a twist of your wrist. Two other features I found exciting were that you can view nutrition information and also give or get Taco Bell e-gifts for or from your friends. The Taco Bell app received a little over 4 out of 5 stars out of 803 reviews. It hasn't been out on the market for very long, but it has gained lots of attention and Taco Bell lovers seem to be very pleased. For vegetarians and vegans, it is extremely user-friendly in terms of selecting ingredients that fit your diet, and you can easily replace meat with beans. This app has been described as glorious, amazing, and OMG, just what I needed. This app will be very popular among the college crowd on weekend nights, since we are lucky enough to have a Taco Bell right downtown.
Who doesn't love Taco Bell? Especially after a long night, definitely the app to download.
Hits the spot.
Think of Yik Yak mixed with Twitter with a little bit of Yelp thrown into the mix, and you have eRotor. The app is strictly for college students, and you need an email account from your college in order to make the account. From there, you just make a profile as you would for Twitter. People can post just about anything on the site, from pictures to locations to the most random statuses. The post can either be through your account where your name will be shown, or you can make the post anonymous like Yik Yak posts are. On eRotor, the posts and comments will disappear after a certain amount of time, so they will only be visible when they are valid. The neat thing about eRotor is the only way you can be seen is if you post, like, or comment. But other than that, you can look on the site without anyone knowing. Like most social media sites, you can send private messages to other roadies, but none of the messages are saved for long periods of time. One of the downsides is that many people do not have a filter on what they say, and some very interesting things appear on the newsfeed. But it's a free app that comes with priceless fun, so download eRotor today.
This seems like a great app. I love Yik Yak and Yelp and Twitter.
I got addicted very fast.
Thanks for watching the Blacksburg Review. See you next week on the Weekly What's Up.
Well, I want you to speak individually, so Alex.
Hello, Jake. How are you today?
And Haley.
Hi, Jake. How are you today?
Message when your table is ready. They have great hours, and it will be fun to go to late weekend nights. Okay, that's hard word.
We then waited on a line about 10 minutes before we.
I'm sweating over here.
I know, my hands are like.
Then one of you speak and then the other two does together.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
And I'm the blonde chick that sits next to Ron Burgundy that I don't remember her
Veronica
name.
Corningstone?
Veronica Corningstone.
Veronica Corningstone.
Dr. Jenkins and I matched today.
Anybody else think that he looks like,
He's the coolest.
he looks like, what's his face? I'm trying to talk about the fire. Barty Crouch. He looks like Barty Crouch.
Barty Crouch Jr.